basically now the rest of the heel turn is following the exact same steps. On the right side, you slip the first stitch, then you knit across. Get this out. Now, it's real easy to see where I'm at because I'm changing my yarn, but typically you would not be able to see this so clearly. What you want to do is knit until you get to where the gap is. This is the stitch that I turned it at and I slipped on when I was purling. So what we're going to do now is an SSK that's going to join these two together, and then we're going to knit one more. So it's slip, slip, knit together, knit one more, and then turn my work. Same thing with the purl row now. You slip the first stitch, purl across, and you should notice each time you do this, you have one stitch more in the working heel turn. So now I'm going to keep purling, until I get to where the gap is. Now here, the gap isn't quite as obvious because I have the new yarn right here, but do you see how there's that gap between these two stitches? This is the stitch that I just slipped on the previous row. So again, I'm going to purl these two together, purl one, and then turn my work. All right, so you see how I'm making that little bit of a curved area here. And you keep doing that until you've exhausted all these stitches that are on both sides of the working heel. So let me just keep going and you'll see what the finished heel turn looks like. Slip the first stitch, knit across, knit until you get to the gap, SSK, knit one, turn the work. Slip the first stitch, purl across, purl to the gap, I should say. Awkward doing this. There we go. All right, now before I get all the way to the gap, I want you to see how clear it is to tell where the gap is. These are the stitches I'm working on. Here's where my gap is, so I have to purl 2 more stitches. Then I purl 2, purl 2 together, purl 1 more, and now I turn it. All right, so now if everything is right, if I've done this correctly, I should have the same number of stitches on both sides of my needle. So I've got 2, 4, 5 here. I've got 2, 4, 5 here. I'm good. So I'm going to keep working then. slip, knit to the gap, all right, now I'm at my gap, SSK, knit one, turn. Purl across, slip the first stitch, purl across till I hit my gap, all right, here's my gap, purl two together, purl one, and turn. Get all these other threads out of the way. Actually, let me just tuck all this down in here. There. Slip, knit, I'm at the gap, slip, slip, knit, knit one. I've got one stitch left. All right, now I'm going to purl across, slip the first stitch, purl to the gap, yep, there we go. This is why I don't like markers, like they always slow me down. Thread here. All right, so I'm at my gap. I'm going to purl two together, purl one, and I have one stitch left on this side. Perfect. So now I'm going to work my way across. Now you might have, depending on how many stitches you have, you might have 2 stitches left. Even if you have 2 stitches left, this is going to be your last row, and I'll show you what happens here. So when I come across here, I'm going to slip my stitch, I'm going to knit across, All right, so now I'm at the gap. And I remember I just have that one stitch left, so I'm going to do my slip, slip, and knit. If you have 2 stitches left, then you would do the slip, slip, knit, and then knit one more before you turn it. Since I ran out of stitches, I'm not going to do that knit one more. I'm just going to turn it. But I am still going to slip my first stitch. So I'm going to slip this first stitch, purl across, yep, lost my marker. All right, I'm at my gap. I'm going to purl these 2 stitches together. And there it is. There's the heel turn. Okay?